All right, today we're jumping into a really powerful short story by the legendary writer Munshi Premchand. It's called The Holy of Tears.
I mean, think about holy. It's all about pure, absolute joy, right? So, what on earth would make someone completely despise it? That's the huge mystery we're unpacking today.
So yeah, let's meet this guy, our protagonist, who has this complete and total aversion to one of the world's biggest celebrations. Okay, so our main character's real name is Shrivilas, but everyone calls him Silbil. And that nickname basically means sloppy or kind of messy. And honestly, he totally lives up to it. Picture this, a guy walking to work with his pajama strings hanging out, wearing a modern felt cap, but with a traditional tuft of hair sticking out the back. He's just a walking contradiction.
And you know, his biggest contradiction of all? The way he feels about festivals, especially Holi. I mean, for him, this isn't a celebration. The story actually calls it a Bhishan Pradiksha, a terrible, terrible ordeal. For 3 whole days, he just locks himself away, wears black, basically mourning while everyone else is celebrating. This is way deeper than just not liking a party.
So the question is, how does a guy like this, a guy who hates Holi, get through the most colorful day of the year? Well, you guessed it. He comes up with a pretty elaborate plan. This year, though, he's got a huge problem. His wife's brothers are coming to visit. And get this, he secretly calls them the Sikandars, like Alexander the Great. Why? Because they're just unstoppable invaders. His own friends wouldn't dare mess with his house on Holi, but these guys, oh, they're a whole different ballgame.
So what does he do? He cooks up this, let's call it a master plan. He's gonna fake being super sick. He'll hide out in this little room upstairs. And he ropes his wife, Champa, into it, convincing her to lie for him. The story? The doctor has forbidden him from going out in the open air. Sounds like a perfect escape plan, right?
And this whole setup creates such a stark contrast. Outside his room, the house is in what the story calls hahacar, just a total joyful uproar. You've got color splattered everywhere, walls, floors, even the pictures. But inside that little room, there's just Silbil, hiding in this silent, colorless, anxious solitude.
But yeah, the Sikandars aren't going to be defeated that easily. When they figure out they can't get to Silbil himself, they come up with this, well, it's a brilliant idea for them, but for Silbil, it's absolutely devastating. They decide, hey, if we can't play Holi with the man, we'll just play it with his clothes.
And this is the moment where Silbil's whole carefully built fortress just starts to crumble, leading to this huge confrontation. His entire afternoon just becomes this list of miseries. He's peeking out his window, watching as his whole wardrobe gets dragged outside and just drenched in color. While everyone downstairs is having this amazing festival feast, what does he get? His brothers-in-law make sure he's served bland khichdi, plain rice and lentils, food for a sick man. He feels like a total prisoner in his own house. Okay, so later that night, it seems like things might be turning around. His wife, Champa, brings him this incredible tray, just piled high with all the delicious food he missed out on. And, the smell, her kindness, it starts to melt his anger. He's so happy he tells her she can have any reward she wants. And that's her opening. She looks at him and says, I have a reward to ask for. Let me play Holi with you. Just a little. Not with everyone, just between them. Well, Silbil's good mood? Gone, just like that. He shuts her down completely, saying it goes against his principles. But Champa, she just thinks he's being difficult, So in this playful moment, she splashes him with colored water and smears red gulal on his face. And right then, everything changes. All the playfulness just evaporates. You see his face completely transform, and it's filled with this deep, raw pain. The game is absolutely over. And when Champa sees that look on his face, she's horrified. She realizes this isn't just some weird quirk. His hatred for Holi isn't about clothes. It's not about being stubborn. So what is it? What's the real story? What kind of trauma is he hiding? And this is it. We've finally reached the heart of the story. The painful memory that Silbil has been running away from for 5 long years. You see, for Silbil, those bright, happy colors, they don't mean joy at all. They're a constant, painful reminder of his biggest failure and of his best friend, a man named Manhara. So let's go back 5 years and see what happened. It's Holi Day.
Silbil is drunk, covered in color, and he goes to get his friend Manartha Rat to come party with them. But Manartha Rat is getting ready to leave. He explains that a poor woman from a lower caste died all alone, and none of the upper caste folks will help carry her body to be cremated. He's found 2 other helpers, he's the third, he just needs a 4th person. He asks Silbil. But Silbil, he's just so caught up in his own fun. He refuses. He even lies, saying he has guests over. A month goes by. A letter comes. Manartha Rat is dying. Silbil drops everything and rushes to his friend's village, but he's too late. And he has never, ever forgotten the last thing his friends said to him that day. Manharnath looked at him and said, "A curse on a Holi like this. A festival is not about feasting and fine clothes. It is a vow to love and sympathize with our brothers. Before you color your clothes, you must first color your blood." Wow. I mean, what he's saying is that your compassion has to be deeper than any surface-level celebration. So now we're back in the present. Silbil is standing there, covered in color, and he just breaks. And this moment leads to the story's really powerful resolution. It's a celebration, yeah, but not of joy. It's a celebration of tears, and finally of acceptance. With his voice trembling, he tells Champa everything. He says to her, "No, Champa, I'm not angry with you. You reminded me of the duty that I, because I was a coward, had forgotten." That color she threw on him, it was the wake-up call, the rebuke he'd been avoiding for 5 whole years. And then he does something really beautiful and just heartbreaking. Silbil reaches for the colored powder on the tray. He walks over to a portrait of his friend Monanarth that's hanging on the wall, and as tears just stream down his face, he gently sprinkles that color over the picture and bows his head. And so the story leaves us with this really profound question. It's suggesting that a real celebration isn't just about how happy we feel. It's a promise to have empathy, to actually connect with and care for the people around us. So it makes you wonder, right? What really makes a celebration meaningful? Is it the joy we feel inside, or is it the compassion we show the world? If this story and its message about what celebration truly means connected with you, we'd love it if you'd like, share, and subscribe for more explainers on powerful literature like this. Make sure to hit that bell icon so you don't miss anything. And hey, let us know in the comments, what story should we dive into together next? Thanks so much for joining me.